Welcome back, students. Welcome to my YouTube channel, your digital classroom, where you will get the help for your total English, text, grammar, writing and spoken English all in one. Now come to the lesson. Our day's topic is structures of tenses for quick revision. Tenses are the backbone of English language, you know. Without these, correct writing and speaking are not possible. But sometimes the students have some problems to keep them in their memory. They suffer much. They struggle much. This lesson may help them. It may lessen their sufferings. You may keep the tenses in your memory in two ways. Number one, by arranging the similar structures in a group, or by taking one model sentence in different structures of the tenses. I'll give you both, and you see which one is easier for you. But before doing that, let us spend 1 or 2 minutes to learn what is tense. What is tense? This is a question. You must know it at the beginning for 1 or 2 minutes. I have written here so that you can see this also. Tense is the verb form with a time reference. Tense is the verb form with a time reference. Time reference. See, go is the verb form, went is another verb form, and this verb form has a time reference. Means this verb form is saying that it is the action of the present time. This verb form has a time reference. Means this verb form is saying that it is the action of the past. Okay, from these verb forms you can understand the time and manner of the action. In English we get 4 such verb forms, and they are indefinite tense. Tense means verb form. Indefinite tense, continuous tense, perfect and perfect continuous tense. So this is one verb form, this is one verb form, and this is one verb form, and this is one verb form. Every time division has these 4 verb forms. That means present tense has these 4 verb forms. That means it is present indefinite, it is past indefinite, it is future indefinite. So every time division, that means present, past and future, has these 4 verb forms to express the different aspects of an action, to say how an action is performed. Every tense has indefinite, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. So it is present indefinite, it is also past indefinite, it is also future indefinite, with slight modification. Everywhere the basic structure is the same, but with a slight difference. You have to remember that difference. Okay, so now we'll make a group. With indefinite we'll make group 1, with continuous group 2, with perfect we'll make group 3, with perfect continuous tense we'll make group 4. Okay, now see, present indefinite, past indefinite and future indefinite. It is called an indefinite group, indefinite tense group, group 1. Okay, now see, present continuous, past continuous, future continuous. With all the continuous tenses of present, past and future, you can make group 2. Okay, so continuous tenses have made group 2, and group 3 is the group of perfect tense, present perfect tense, past perfect tense, future perfect tense. Together they have made group 3, and the last group, that is group 4, is made by present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense and future perfect continuous tense. Okay, so we have got 4 groups: indefinite tense group that is group 1, continuous tense group, that is group 2, and perfect tense group, that is group 3, and perfect continuous tense group, that is group 4. Okay, now see group 1, that is the group of indefinite tense. Okay, first see the structures. It is the present indefinite structure, it is the past indefinite structure, it is the future indefinite structure. In my videos on English tenses, I have called them syntax. Okay, so syntax means actually structure. So present syntax, here it is written syntax. 3 syntaxes you have got: present indefinite tense, past indefinite tense, future indefinite tense. Now we'll see the syntax of each time division. See, present indefinite tense, see subject. Subject is everywhere. Past indefinite tense, subject is everywhere. Future indefinite tense. So subject, subject, subject is everywhere. You need not remember that subject will be there. Okay. Now come to the verb form. For the present, you will write present form of the verb. For the past, you will write past form of the verb. And for the future, you know, English has no future tense verb form. And the future tense verb form in English is formed by adding shall or will before the verb. You know this. So it is future, so you have got one shall or will. Okay, so shall will plus present form of the verb. So remember this way, that subject is everywhere, so no need of remembering this subject. Remember, the verb forms of present indefinite tense is present form of the verb, the verb form of the past indefinite tense is past form of the verb, and the verb form of future indefinite tense is shall or will plus present form of the verb, present form of the verb, past form of the verb, and shall will plus present form of the verb. Remember this way. Read again and again 5 times, 10 times every day, and it will be kept in your memory. It will be totally engraved in your memory. So present form of the verb for present indefinite, past form of the verb for past indefinite, and shall will plus present form of the verb for future indefinite. You can remember the structures in your memory this way, in a group of the structures. You may remember this way, or you may remember this way. I have taken one model sentence, model example. This sentence will be used in every structure so that you may easily understand the difference. See here, present indefinite tense. Subject will be everywhere, so present indefinite subject is there, and the present form of the verb. So I write a letter. So write. Now past indefinite tense, I wrote a letter. A letter is the common thing, I is the common thing. So here write, and it is wrote, and for future indefinite, shall write, shall will plus present form of the verb. So present indefinite, I write a letter, past indefinite, I wrote a letter, future indefinite, I shall write a letter. Remember this. So it is a model sentence in different verb structure. In the structure of present indefinite, structure of past indefinite, in the structure of future indefinite. The first one is I write a letter, I wrote a letter, I shall write a letter. Remember this way. I write a letter, I wrote a letter, I shall write a letter. I write a letter, present indefinite tense, I wrote a letter, past indefinite tense, I shall write a letter, future indefinite tense. You may keep these things in your memory in terms of this model sentence or model example, or you may keep these structures in your memory like this. Present indefinite means present form of the verb, past indefinite means past form of the verb, future indefinite means shall will plus present form of the verb. Okay, clear? I think it will help you see. Now come to group 2. That is the second group, the group of the continuous tense structure or syntaxes. Okay, see the syntax. This is called syntax. Syntax means structures. See, present continuous tense structure. See, in the structures, subject is everywhere. Subject, subject, subject. So it is certain the subject will be there in all the assertive sentences. So you need not remember that subject is there. You have to remember only the verb form. Tense means the verb form with a time reference. It is the continuous verb form. So it is the feature of the continuous verb form. You have to remember this. The features of a continuous verb form is that it will have ing form of the verb. Going, doing, writing, eating, laughing. These are the ing forms of the verb. So verb into ing forms of the verb. All these are ing forms of the verb. So when there is a continuous tense, you must use the ing form of a verb. Number one. And number two, before that, auxiliary verbs will be there. Necessary. See, that for the present and for the present continuous tense, you have to use either am or is or are plus ing form of the verb. This am or this is or are, is determined by the number and person of the subject. So it won't be difficult for you to choose whether it will be am or is or are. Okay, remember the structure of present continuous tense is am or is or are plus ing form of the verb. So subject plus am, is, are plus ing form of the verb. The similar structure for the past continuous tense. See, subject plus was or were plus ing form of the verb. Here am, is, are, here was or were. Actually was is the past form of am and is. So it is past. For this am and is have become here was, and are has become here were. So the structure of the past continuous tense is subject plus was or were plus ing form of the verb. And come to the structure of the future continuous tense. Future subject, and for the future tense everywhere you have to use either shall or will. Remember this. Only one time put in your memory that if there is a future tense, you must use one shall or will. Future means it will take shall or will. There is no exception. So subject plus shall or will, then one be verb. Be only. All these are be verbs. These are different forms of the be verbs. These are the past forms of the be verbs, and this is the original form be. So shall or will, then take one be plus ing form of the verb. So these are the structures of the continuous tense. So see here how you can remember this way. The structure of present continuous tense, you have to remember this way. Am, is, are plus ing form of the verb, was, were plus ing form of the verb, shall oblique will plus be plus ing form of the verb. Okay, again I am repeating. Present continuous am, is, are plus ing form of the verb. Past continuous was, were plus ing form of the verb. Future continuous shall oblique will plus be plus ing form of the verb. So this is the group of the continuous tenses in English: present continuous, past continuous and future continuous. You can remember this group with the help of the structures, or you may remember the continuous tenses with the help of the model sentence or example. See the example, the same sentence in the continuous tense form. See, I am writing a letter. Present continuous tense, am writing, am, is, are plus ing form of the verb. So I am writing a letter. Present continuous tense. Past continuous tense, I was writing, and future continuous tense, shall be writing. So I am writing a letter. present continuous tense, I was writing a letter, past continuous tense, and I shall be writing a letter, future continuous tense. So you may capture the structures or patterns of the continuous tenses of English language by using this model example, that I am writing a letter, present continuous tense, I was writing a letter, past continuous tense, I shall be writing a letter, future continuous tense. Okay, so this is all about your continuous tenses. Okay, group 2, present continuous tense, past continuous tense, and future continuous tense. Now we'll go to the third group, group 3. This is the group of the perfect tenses in English. See the syntax first. Syntax means structure, you have already learned. See, present perfect tense, subject, past subject, future subject. So subject is everywhere, no need of remembering this. Okay, now see the verb structures or verb forms or structure of the verb. See, present perfect tense. Perfect means you are to take have or has or had. Everywhere, see here, have. One have verb must be there, either have or has or had. Remember this. And perfect means the main verb must be in the past participle form. Remember these two things. Number one, whenever there is a perfect tense, there must be one have verb, any form of the have verb, either have or has or had or have, any form of the have verb, and the main verb will be the past participle form. Remember this. So let's see now present perfect tense. See, subject, have or has plus pp of the verb, that means past participle of the verb. So past perfect tense, subject, then had, it is another form, past tense form of have or has. So subject plus had plus pp of the verb, past participle of the verb. And the future perfect tense, subject, and for the futurity you know shall or will be used, and have for the perfect tense, and pp of the verb, past participle of the verb. So the structures of perfect tenses in English are at a glance. See, present perfect tense, subject plus have or has plus past participle of the verb. Past perfect tense, subject plus had plus past participle of the verb. And future perfect tense, subject plus shall or will plus have plus past participle of the verb. Read this way again and again, and it will be kept in your memory forever. Or you may keep the structures of perfect tenses in terms of the model example. You know the same example. See, present perfect tense, I have written a letter. Any form of the have verb will be there. I have told you just now. So here it is the have, and the main verb will be always in the past participle form. So present perfect tense means I have written a letter, past perfect tense means I have written a letter, and future perfect tense means I shall have written a letter. Okay, so present perfect, I have written, past perfect, I had written, and future perfect, shall have written. Okay, now one point is here you must remember in this context. Now, what is past perfect tense? You know, when you get two past tenses in a sentence, two past action, one is more past and other one is less past. For the more past, we use the structure of past perfect tense, and for the less past, we use the structure of past indefinite tense. So we get in a sentence two structures. One is past perfect and other one is past indefinite. So past indefinite for less past, and past perfect is for more past, two past actions. Okay, one is more past and other one is less past. For the more past we use past perfect tense structure, and for the less past we use past indefinite tense structure. So you got two parts, one is past perfect and other one is past indefinite. Now you have to arrange them. One particular way is there for their arrangement. Okay, see the arrangement. In this type of structure you have to use one before or after in between the two parts or two tenses. So before, when you get before, use this part. Past perfect, past perfect, then before. Okay, then past indefinite. Remember this, past indefinite. So past perfect before the conjunction before. So before is the past perfect and after before is the past indefinite. You need not remember this way, just remember this way, before, then past perfect is before the conjunction before, and after the past perfect. Okay, and this one is past indefinite. So remember this way, past perfect before the conjunction before and past perfect after the conjunction after. So before, after. Before means before the conjunction before is the place of past perfect, and after the conjunction after is the place for the past perfect. So before, after is the place of the past perfect, and the remaining place, the place which is left, is for the past indefinite tense. Okay, clear? So past perfect, then before, then past indefinite, then past indefinite, then after, then past perfect. So past perfect is after the conjunction after, and past perfect is before the conjunction before. Okay, see the example. The patient had died, past perfect tense structure. The patient had died, more past, before. See before, for this the past perfect tense is used before. So the patient had died before the doctor came. This is less past and this is more past. For this it is past perfect, and the sentence has one conjunction before in between two clauses. So use the past perfect tense before the conjunction before and past indefinite tense after the conjunction before. So you will say in this way, the patient had died before the doctor came. Okay, so past perfect tense before the conjunction before. Now the second example, the same example in another structure. See, the patient died after the doctor had come. Okay, the doctor came first and the patient died after that. So the doctor came first, this is the first action, so this is more past, so it is past perfect, and this is less past, so it is past indefinite. So the past perfect is after the conjunction after. So the sentence is, the patient died after the doctor had come. Remember these two sentences. Remember well. See, the patient had died before the doctor came. Here, the patient died after the doctor had come. Okay. Now, in future tense also, we get two parts. One is more future and other one is less future. That means actually sometimes it is said one is past in the future and other one is future. Then one happens before the other. This is the thing. Two actions will be there in future. One will be first, then one will be little later. And in that case, we use future perfect tense. And like the past perfect tense, we use before or after in between two clauses. What are the clauses? Number one will be future perfect, and number 2 will be future indefinite or present indefinite. Very, very important. Present indefinite. Okay. So if you get a sentence with the before, so write the structure this way: before. So before the same thing, perfect tense will be before the conjunction before. See, before. So perfect tense will be before the conjunction before. So this is the perfect tense. And this one, remember, very, very important, this is present. Though the meaning is future, but the form of the present indefinite tense will be used here. Present indefinite tense. When, after, or before, or when future indefinite tense comes after this conjunction or this conjunction or this conjunction, that future indefinite tense is always used in the form of present indefinite tense. It is looking like a present indefinite tense, but it is actually a future indefinite tense. So before, remember this, before, this is perfect, okay, and this one is present indefinite. And when you get after, you know this one is perfect, and this one future indefinite. This is the difference. Future indefinite. Remember this, before perfect will be before the conjunction before, and the next part will be present indefinite, though the meaning is the future indefinite. This is very, very important part. Remember this. And this one after. So the after, that means next part, after is perfect. This place is for the perfect tense, and before this place is future indefinite tense. But in the sentence with before, the present indefinite tense will be used for the future indefinite tense. Remember this. Now see the example. They will have reached the station. Before, they will have reached the station. This is future perfect tense. Before the train leaves. See, present indefinite tense. Leaves, subject plus present form of the verb. So this is the future perfect, then before, then present indefinite tense. This part is very, very important. Most of the students, most of the people in the world have mistakes when they write English at this part. Okay, everyone, almost everyone writes here, the train will leave, but that is wrong. Never write this way. The train leaves, though the meaning is the train will leave, but you cannot write the train will leave. You have to write the train leaves. So the first example is, they will have reached the station before the train leaves. Repeatedly I am saying leaves, not will leave. Before the train leaves, present indefinite tense, though the meaning is the future indefinite tense. And the second example, the train will leave the station, future indefinite tense. Will leave, L/will plus present form of the verb is the structure of future indefinite tense. So the train will leave the station is the future indefinite tense. Then after, they will have reached. They will have reached there. They will have reached there. They will have reached the station. So the sentence is, the train will leave the station after they will have reached there. After they will have reached there. Okay. So you can remember the structures of perfect tense this way with their structures: present perfect, subject plus have or has plus past participle of the verb, and past perfect, subject plus had plus past participle of the verb, and future perfect, subject plus shall or will plus have plus past participle of the verb. Again I am repeating one thing, then if it is a perfect tense, there must be one auxiliary verb or have or has or had in any form of have verb, and the main verb will be in the past participle form. This is the syntax, and this is the example model sentence that I have written a letter, present perfect tense, and I had written a letter, that is past perfect tense, and future I shall have written a letter. So I have written present perfect, I had written past perfect, and I shall have written future perfect. And their arrangement: past perfect arrangement. If before is there, the first one will be perfect, and this one will be indefinite, past indefinite, past indefinite, and this one is the past perfect, and before is there in between. And if after is there, this one is past perfect, and this one is past indefinite. Okay, this is the structure of past perfect tense. And now the structure of future perfect tense. The before will be there in between. Before is the future perfect, you have learned. And this one, very very important, this is present PR indefinite, and when it is after this one perfect, that means future perfect, and this one future indefinite. Okay, so these are the structures and model examples of perfect tenses in English. Now go to the fourth group, perfect continuous tense group. Syntax, that means present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, and future perfect continuous tense. See the structures or syntax. Present perfect continuous tense, subject will be everywhere, so I am not talking about the subject. I will talk about the verb structures, or the structures of the verb. See, it is perfect and continuous both. For continuous, you must use ing form of the verb, remember this, and for perfect, you must use any form of the have verb. See here, have or has, here had, here have, any form of the have verb, either have or has or had. So this is the feature of perfect continuous tense. For the perfect tense, have or has or had, and for the continuous tense, ing form of the verb. And another feature is there for the continuous tense, that is one been will be there before the ing form of the verb. Everywhere been, everywhere. So been will be everywhere before the ing form of the verb, and have or has, any of the form of have verb will be before the been. So the structure is have or has plus been plus ing form of the verb. Subject, then have or has, any form of the have verb, then been, which will be everywhere, present continuous tense, and past continuous tense, and future continuous tense, whatever it may be. Been will be there in the syntax, in the structure of perfect continuous tense. So subject plus have or has plus been plus ing form of the verb. And when it is past perfect continuous tense, nothing will be changed, only the have verb form will be changed. Here it was have or has, and here it the past form of have or has, had. So had plus been will be everywhere. So had plus been plus ing form of the verb. So past perfect continuous tense, subject plus had plus been plus ing form of the verb. And future perfect continuous tense, for futurity, shall or will be used everywhere. And for the perfect, have, and for the continuous, been and ing form of the verb. So the structures of perfect continuous tenses in English are present perfect continuous, subject plus have or has plus been plus ing form of the verb. And the structure of past perfect continuous tense is subject plus had plus been plus ing form of the verb. And the structure of the future perfect continuous tense is subject plus shall or will plus have plus been plus ing form of the verb. So these are the structures. You may remember the present perfect continuous tense in terms of the three structures for three different time divisions. Okay, this type of phrase is used in this type of sentence. I have been writing a letter for a long time, or I have been writing a letter from the morning, either from a point of time or for a period of time. This is the point of discussion. So I have been writing a letter for a long time, or you may say from the morning, which one is necessary. So the present perfect continuous tense is I have been writing a letter for a long time or from the morning. The past perfect continuous tense is I had been writing a letter for a long time or from the morning. And the future perfect continuous tense is I shall have been writing a letter for a long time or from the morning. It is said that future perfect continuous tense has no use in English in the practical field, but this is not completely true. See the sentence. We use this type of sentence, that I shall have been reading for a month before the examination. He will have been reading for a month before the examination. These type of sentences are found to exist in English. So it is not true that future perfect continuous tense has no use in English. But the truth is that it is less used in English. Okay. Now see here. Here I said for a long time. For a long time means it indicates a period of time. This is a period. A period of time. It indicates a period of time. When it indicates a period of time, use for. And when from the morning, it indicates a point of the time. From the morning, this is morning, and from this time. So when the time indicates a point of time, use from, and when it indicates a period of time, use for. I have written here, see, note. To indicate the period of time, for is used. Period of time, this is a long time, this is period of time, period. Okay, and to indicate the point of time, this is point, the morning. From is used. And remember these 2 points in terms of these 2 examples. I have been writing a letter for a long time, and I had been writing a letter from the morning. Students, now you have got how to keep them in your memory, how to capture the different structures of the English tenses in your memory. Follow my ways, follow my advice, my instructions, and the tense, and all the problems related to it will be out. Okay, now let's stop here. I'll soon come back with another lesson for you. So stay tuned, stay attached. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for instant notification for the new lesson, and share this video with your friends and classmates so that they may get the same type of help from this channel. Thank you for your patience and participation. See you soon.